Alright, this is part 2 of the elevator tutorial. The first thing we're going to add is a music system, and I'm also going to show how to make some other useful functions that you're probably going to need. So how you're going to make this music system is, first of all, put a part in, and then change its size if you want. Just make it something small, and then turn off can collide. Make it go about wherever you want your music to play, I guess. So let's say you had maybe a speaker like right here or up here. That's where you would put this part. So put the transparency to 1, make sure it's anchored, and put it into your elevator and just name it sound part. If you have any sounds already that you're going to use, or music, you just put it in your sound part right here, like that. What you're going to want to do is you want to make it a playlist. So you're going to want to randomize it, and you're going to want to shuffle it so that the players don't notice that it's just the same songs playing in the same order every single game, preferably. So first we'll actually put something right here above the values. It's going to be local playlist is equal to elevator.soundPart get children, because the children are your music objects. After that, you need a table for the playlist, so we're going to do local music waitlist is equal to curly brackets. Now we need a for loop to loop through the playlist and add the audio into the table. So for underscore comma music in pairs or I pairs playlist do, and then table dot insert the table we're adding it to and the music object. After that, we're gonna need some functions for it to work. So first one is gonna be local function choose music. Local music equals table dot remove music waitlist, and we're gonna want the first one from the table. We're gonna add it back in so that it goes to the last place in line. So like that, and then we're gonna return the music that it picked. After you do that, we need to actually shuffle it before we run the choose music function. So we'll do local function shuffle waitlist, and we're gonna do a loop for I equals hashtag waitlist comma 2 -1 do local j equals math dot random I, and then music waitlist I music waitlist, and we're using square brackets here, j equals music waitlist j music waitlist I. Now this is going to make sure that it just moves the stuff around, so it's going to be kind of randomized. Now after that, we're going to want to call the function so that it shuffles it when the game starts. So we just called the function. Oh, and I also got this confused. Change this, I meant to name this shuffle playlist, and this is supposed to be music waitlist. I don't know why I did that. And then change this. Now the reason I got that confused is because we actually also have to shuffle the floors that we're showing, because you don't want the same order of floors being shown to the players. We're just going to add another function under this. Local function. Shuffle waitlist. And we are actually just going to copy and paste this. Put it in here and change music waitlist to waitlist. Just change all of these right here. That's going to make sure it randomizes it, and we're going to want to call it like the other one at the start of the game. So that's going to randomize your floors and your music. But first we actually need to play the music, because we haven't done that yet. So at the start of your loop, local music equals choose music. So it's going to choose the first music in line. Then we need to play it. Music play. We're going to want the music to stop playing after the countdown ends, because that's when the elevator doors open up for the players to go out. So we're going to stop playing it right here. Music stop. There we go. I'm actually going to put this up here. We're going to go ahead and test that real quick, but I'm going to add some random music and then we'll try it. Alright, so I have 2 random songs here. So we'll just put them in the sound part, and that'll let the script find them. Alright, I got an error. We're going to have to... Here, I'm going to cut this and move it. I'm going to put it right before the loop starts. These 2 functions, just to give the script more time. And when I play it now, it should work. Alright, so I'm in, and the music is playing. It stops playing when it opens. And yeah, we're out here. Now we're going to wait for it to end. So it's ending, it should play the next song. Yeah, the next song's playing now. Alright. Now we wait for this to end, and it should go back to the first song that played. Yeah, just like that. And if you play again, there's a good chance it'll pick a new one to start with, and that'll tell you that it is shuffling. Now you can't tell if it's shuffling the floors yet, because I only have 1 floor. So I'll actually go ahead and make a couple more simple floors, and then we'll see if it's working. Okay, so I've added another floor to my elevator. It's a pretty simple one. All it does is make some explosions. Make sure that if you want it to work correctly, you have to make sure you update this part to include all of your floors. And then also up here in the table right here, make sure you update this as well whenever you add a floor. I'll go ahead and test it, and you can see that it will pick a random floor. So the first one I got was my old one. That doesn't really do anything other than that, but after this is when it's going to show up. And here it is. So all I did is there's some money here. Players are going to go to it, and it just blows up as a, little prank. And then the floor ends. So if I start the game again, it should pick, it might pick the new one. I'll have to play until I get it. Okay, this took a really long time, which is unlucky, but I finally got it. Here it is. You can see it shuffled it correctly because it picked this one first, even though it's like the second one I added. So yeah, now there are some things that you're probably gonna need at some point, because I think most games have it. Most elevator games. So in these two floors you can see that I was falling off the map, and whenever you want a floor to teleport players back into the elevator, you're gonna need a function to do that. So I'll add one right here. Local function, teleport back to elevator. First thing you're gonna do, loop through the players, 4 underscore comma player in iPairs game.players get players. Do and then there's actually an important thing we need to do, and that is kind of like a player status, so that we know what the player is doing right now. So we need to know when they're in the lobby, when they're in the elevator, and when they're outside of the elevator. So we'll add a new script in server script service and name it on player added. Now we're going to have this script listen for when a player joins the game, so that I can give them that, like a status. So game.players.player added connect function player, and we're actually going to store this value inside of a folder that is located inside of the player. So the player is just going to have a folder that has their stats, and one of them being their status. So we're going to do local values folder is equal to instance.new folder, and then after that we'll do values folder.name is equal to values folder, and then we'll parent it to the player. Values folder.parent equals player. Now we'll do local, and we need to know if they're actively playing or not. We need to make sure that they're not a player in the lobby, otherwise that's going to be weird. They're going to be getting teleported to the elevator when they're not actually in the game. So we'll do actively playing. Local actively playing equals instance.new, and we'll make it a bool value. Actively playing dot name is equal to actively playing. And we'll set it right now, the value to true, because we don't have a lobby yet. I still have to add that, but when we do add a lobby, that's when we'll change that. Now we can, when we loop through each player, we can check if they have that status set to true. So we'll do if player find first child values folder dot actively playing dot value is equal to true, then, and we'll say we actually need to calculate where the player is. So we'll do if player dot character and player dot character find first child humanoid root part, then local character position is equal to player dot character dot humanoid root part dot position. And before we keep going, we need to do another thing to allow us to calculate. In our elevator, we have a sound part, but we're going to duplicate this, name it teleport part, and make sure your sounds aren't in there. And this is where you're going to teleport players to. And in this case, we're going to want it to be in the exact center of the elevator. So to get a precise measurement, I'll just select the roof right here, the roof, copy the position, and then get the teleport part, set its position to those values. It's going to put it in the exact center. So just all you have to do now is just move it to the right about here, and it should be good. This will teleport players to the exact center. So we can also get a accurate calculation since it's in the middle. So we'll go back and we'll do if character position minus teleport. Wait, let's actually add a variable for this. Local teleport part is equal to elevator dot teleport part. So if character position minus teleport part dot position, and put this in parentheses, do dot magnitude, and we're going to do if it's greater than 13, then that's when we're going to teleport them, because that means they are more than 13 studs away from this block, which basically means they're outside, because I'm pretty sure this elevator is around 13 by 13. I'm not sure, but it's somewhere around there. And then we can teleport them. So player.character set primary part C-frame C-frame.new teleport part. So this should teleport them if they are too far away. And this is a function, so you can put this function in whichever one is supposed to have it. So I'll put it in here for reference. I'll call the function teleport back to elevator, and I'll also put it in my other one. Alright, we're going to change this to greater than 11 because it was causing some problems. I forgot to add position after this. That should make it work. So as you can see, it is teleporting me when I'm outside of the elevator. So I think it's working correctly. And now that we've got the elevator to be functional, we can actually add a lobby now. Alright, so I'm here with my lobby, and I did a couple things. So first of all, I switched to the the 2022 materials, which you can find if you go to material service and then just switch this off, because I like the old textures. But there's one thing you're going to want to fix, and that is when you have your lobby, you don't want people to be able to see it from the elevator, which is over there. So how I fixed that is I went to the atmosphere and the lighting. If you don't have atmosphere, you can add it, but if you don't want to add atmosphere, there will be a fog setting in the lighting, and you can just change that, and the fog will not make the lobby visible. But if you have an atmosphere, then you can just turn down the offset to 0 and then put the density up just a little bit, so about these values. And from my lobby, you can see that the elevator is gone now. You can't see it, so that'll fix that problem. So first of all, remove all your spawn points and make sure they're only in the lobby. Go to your on-player added script and put this to false. Actively playing.value is equal to false. Now that you've done that, you need to make sure that your lobby has a copy of your elevator model. So to organize my workspace, I have a folder for my elevator, which is over there, and then I have a folder for the lobby. I've put my models in a folder, so just ignore this folder, you don't need that. And then I have my parts folder, which is just the walls and stuff, and the roof and floor. The queue elevator is the copy of your elevator, and then the spawn locations folder is just the spawn locations. You don't have to organize it the way I did. Just make sure you have a queue elevator. That's all you need to worry about. For now, temporarily just move your doors out of the way so that we can see inside. And make sure you keep your main door, you need this. Alright, so this elevator copy is going to be your queue system, basically, where players go in, they wait, they get teleported in, and then they can play. And there's actually a few different methods you can do. You can either do it the way that the old normal elevator did their lobby system. If you want to do it the new way that normal elevator does it, where you just go in, you can walk around, and then you get teleported. In this tutorial, I'm just going to be showing you how to do it how the old normal elevator did their lobby system, because that's the one that I am using. But if you want me to include other methods of lobby systems, I will include more in the other parts that I upload, because there will be some add-on videos for different add-ons you might want or request in the future. But anyways, to start, you're going to make a folder, a new folder, and you're going to name it waiting parts. Inside of this, you're going to add a part. In the properties of this part, you're just going to make it something around 1 by 1 by 1. You're going to move it into your elevator, and you're going to name this wait part 1. Now what this part is actually going to do is this is going to be where the players get teleported when they walk up to this invisible wall. So you can have as many of these as you want, but I'm going to do about 6. And you have to make sure that however many you do, you have to give each one its own name. So there's going to be wait part 1, wait part 2, 3, etc. So yeah, I'll do 6 here and duplicate them like this. Alright, now I'm going to give them each their own number. And once you've done that, select all of them, turn off Can Collide, turn on Anchored, and make it fully transparent. You need to make sure that your weight parts are facing the correct direction. If you select one, you right click on it, there's an option that says show orientation indicator. You're going to click on that and it's going to show which direction it's facing. So you can see mine are actually facing the left, which are not where I want it to face. So I'm going to orientate it to face forwards, and I'll just do that to each one. Now go to your main door and add a part. Actually, don't add a part, just duplicate it. Make sure the duplicate doesn't have these sounds in it, and then just name it to timer. Put the timer in the main door, and then go to the size. Make it like 3 by 3 on these axes. And then add a surface GUI. In this surface GUI, add a frame, and then in the frame, add a text label. In both the frame and the text label, go to the size and do 1, 0, 1, 0. 1, 0, 1, 0. Now on both of them, this is optional because you can design them however you want, but I'm going to turn off the background transparency for both of them. In the text label, I'm going to turn on text scaled, put the color to green, and then for a placeholder I'll just put 0 for the text. I'll also add some text stroke, and this should let players see the timer. Now name the surface GUI timer front, duplicate it, change it to timer back, and then change the property of the surface GUI to back. So now you have two surface GUIs, one for the front and one for the back, so you can see it on both directions or sides. Now you can go to your main door, add a script, and name this elevator queue. Delete this. You're going to start by defining our elevator. So local elevator is equal to script.parent.parent.parent. Then we need the part we're going to teleport the players to, which is in our main elevator. So local elevator teleport part is equal to elevator or workspace.elevator.teleport part. Next we need local entry touch part. This is where players go into the queue from, is equal to script.parent. Now let's make a table. Local teleport parts is equal to curly brackets elevator dot waiting parts dot wait part 1. Add a comma, copy this, and then paste it for however many parts you have. And then make sure you change the numbers. There we go. Now we need a couple more variables. Local elevator empty is equal to true. Local elevator open is equal to true. Local count downtime is equal to 6. You can change this to however much you want. This is just the number of seconds that the elevator is going to wait before it teleports every player in queue to the main elevator. Now, go to your elevator script, and starting from about right here, just select all of this and copy it, and just put it here. Alright, now after this, we can start making our functions. So our first function is going to be local function teleport to teleport part player. For underscore comma part in I pairs teleport parts do local occupied is equal to part find first child occupied. If not occupied, then local player name is equal to instance.new string value. Player name dot name is equal to player name. Player name dot value is equal to player dot name. And then player name dot parent is equal to part. Now we're going to make another value here. Local is occupied is equal to instance dot new bool value. Is occupied dot name is equal to occupied is occupied dot value is equal to true. Is occupied dot parent is equal to part. Now down here, local humanoid is equal to player dot character and player dot character find first child humanoid. If humanoid, then player dot character set primary part C frame part dot C frame, and we're going to return true that the player did teleport to one of the queue positions. Otherwise, return false. Now for our next function, local function countdown and teleport. Local countdown text 1 is equal to script.parent.timer.front timer or timer front frame text label text. Actually no, not text, just the text label. Local countdown text 2 is equal to script.parent.timer.back timer. No, timer back. Why do I keep doing that? I don't know. Frame dot text label. There we go. Now for sec equals countdown time 0 -1 do countdown text 1 dot text is equal to toString sec. Then copy this, paste it here, and just change this to 2. And then do wait 1. Now elevator open is equal to false. Tween back 1 play. Tween back 2 play. Countdown text 1 dot text is equal to nothing, and then copy and paste this and change this to 2. Now we're going to wait 3.6 seconds and we'll say for underscore comma part in I pairs teleport parts do local player name is equal to part find first child player name local is occupied is equal to part find first child is occupied. Now we can do if player name and is occupied and is occupied dot value then local player is equal to game.players find first child player name dot name, or actually no, dot value. If player, then local humanoid is equal to player dot character and player dot character find first child humanoid. If humanoid, then player dot character set primary part C frame elevator teleport part, and then player dot values dot actively playing dot value is equal to true. Oops, true. And we'll do player name destroy is occupied destroy, and we'll do humanoid dot walk speed is equal to 16, and humanoid dot jump height is equal to 7.2. Now this is because we're actually going to set both of these values to 0 when they actually enter, and then right here after this second to last end, wait 2 seconds, tween 1, play, tween 2, play, wait 3.5 seconds, elevator open is equal to true, and elevator empty is equal to true. Now we can actually use these functions for when the touch part is touched. So we'll do local touch cooldown is equal to false. This is just for debounce. Entry touch part dot touched connect function, and we'll do hit as a parameter. If touch cooldown or not elevator open, then return nothing, not repeat, return. Okay. Touch cooldown is equal to true, local player is equal to game.players get player from character hit dot parent. If player and hit dot parent find first child humanoid, then local teleported is equal to teleport to teleport part player. If teleported, then hit dot parent dot humanoid dot walk speed is equal to 0, and we'll also do that with the jump height. I'll just copy it. I think 7.2 is the default value, so that's why I put 7.2, and also for 16 on the walk speed, and hit dot parent for that. Alright, now we'll do if elevator empty, then elevator empty is equal to false, and we'll do coroutine dot wrap countdown and teleport, and add parentheses at the end. Now the second to last end, or after that, wait 1 second here, and then touch cooldown is equal to false, And that's about it, but we want our doors to open at the start of the game, so we'll just do tween1 play, tween2 play. Now your script is gonna bug out if you don't close your elevator doors before you publish the game. You need to keep them closed. And there's also a problem with this here. So because I rotated my elevator when I run the game, you can see they are moving the wrong way, and that is because depends on what you do, but in my case I need to change these to a positive because of the way I positioned my elevator. So now when I run the game, it now works correctly. So that just depends. You might not have that problem, but I had it, so. Oh, and I accidentally put a dot here, a period I meant, and also I didn't do dot character, which I meant to do. And it's supposed to be set primary part C frame, so I don't know why I did that. And I forgot to add dot humanoid here. I forgot to add C frame here. Oh yeah, and I meant to change this to values folder. Alright, so this should be working now. I'm gonna start a test with about 4 players. Alright, so my players are in, and I'm just gonna move them towards the door. So I have all my players here. I'm gonna move them all in. So we'll see if it works. Alright, you can see they all got put in the queue parts. They can't move around because I'm trying it right now. And just like that, they all get teleported in. So it does look like our script is working correctly. Alright, and this is going to be the end of the second part. I know this was kind of long, so let me know if you prefer shorter or longer videos. And let me know what suggestions you have or what problems you have, and I'll try my best to help. But I will be posting more videos for this tutorial. So yeah, I'll see you.